Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So today is February 27th, 2025, and it's Thursday, and I just thought I'd pop on because there's some stories I'm hearing, and I'm curious what you all think, and I also want to do a reading on this. I find it very interesting. And it's different. I'm moving away from Harry and Meghan right now because I think everybody's sick and tired of them, right? I mean, we've had our fill of them for the next century or two. Yeah. Yes, great. Thank you, Benita. Bettina. The chat's coming up. Oh, it's coming up. Good. All right. So yeah. So today I want to look at these stories that I'm hearing from the Substack called the Decode, where people who have been snake bitten are saying that they're hearing of, someone talk to them, someone like, the first and ninth letter of the alphabet. Do you know what the first and ninth letter of the alphabet is? I'm sure you've heard if you're paying attention. Well, they say that that's talking to them in their minds and giving them violent ideas. And also, Harry, the paramedic, has spoken about this. He's saying he's getting a lot of demonic calls of people sewing their mouths shut and murdering their families and all kinds of violence completely out of the ordinary, like people with no history of violence, with no psychiatric history. Suddenly, they're lashing out and they're all blaming the same thing. And but what I'm interested in is what these people are saying is that they're people who are snake bitten. Many of them won't speak out because otherwise they get tortured by the first and ninth letter of the alphabet. And that what's happening is they're changing their brains. They're turning them into robots, basically, trying to change them and to control them and connect them to the Internet of Bodies, which we all know exists. And even from the beginning of this, Yuval Harari and all the rest of them were saying, COVID is how we get everybody to be on their surveillance system. Well, what's the surveillance system? First and ninth letter of the alphabet. So I want to look into this. Now, one of the things that they're saying is that the snake bitten are going to be ultimately turning on the non-snake bitten and try to destroy them all, like, unalive them, make them end. So I'm wondering if that's true, if that's what's going on here. Are people are snake bitten? Are they being talked to? Is that why we're hearing about, all sorts of mental health issues in people who, after they got bitten, who didn't have any issues beforehand, but now suddenly they're being diagnosed with all kinds of things, mental issues that they never had before? Is it really the first and ninth letter of the alphabet um, taking over their minds, their brains? We all know about Neuralink and how they can control your brain. And we all know about Internet of Things and Internet of Bodies. People have certain medical devices that are connected to the internet. So it's really not far fetched to think that they can put something in you that can connect you to the internet. And if that's the case, it's a two-way street. It goes back and forth. You can use your mind to control your computer and send emails. You all know that's been going on. It's documented. So is it also the reverse? Like if there is this AI, which we know there is, and this AGI, is it talking to these people and trying to control their minds and their thoughts and what they do? Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. So I'm wondering if that's true. And if so, what are they planning on doing? What's this first and ninth letter of the alphabet going to be causing people to do? Be eternal slaves to Elon Musk or censoring them or what? It looks like they say that they can't speak out, a lot of them, or they get tortured, they get zapped and whatever. Their bodies are like basically taken over, and they're saying, I guess, the only way to stop it is to take out the 5G and to stop the look what just flipped over. Yeah, I'm getting these people are being tormented. anxiety, bondage, depression. They're troubled. That's why we're seeing such mental health problems now. Some people just blame that on lockdowns and whatever. I think what they're not touching upon is the first and ninth letter of the alphabet here. So we've got tormented people here, bondage, can't escape. We also get letting go, surrender, giving up. Like people have given up. They've had to surrender themselves. They've had to let go of their humanity. Wow. And this is like a picture of like a soul, it's like a soul going into the light after you pass or something. You all heard about Michelle Trottenberg, the latest victim to pass away at 39 years of age. They said it was natural causes. Yeah, 39 years old, natural. Suddenly gets ill the past year, suddenly. And rest, a pause, journey, a new beginning, a rest here. Well, we know what has not been given a rest and what has not been paused. Even with the new administration, they keep going on and on. Yeah, you don't trust it either. Yeah. Well, it lies, it hallucinates. Of course, it's not trustworthy. It's just a lying. And it's programmed whatever woke people or communist people program it, that's what it's going to believe. It only goes by whatever it follows whatever the mainstream media says. And who controls the mainstream media? The globalists. So the AI looks up mainstream media articles and says, there's your answer. Well, who controls the mainstream media? So, I mean, you're going to get nothing but it's all just propaganda from the globalists, and they're putting it under the guise of this all-knowing genius of AI, right? Like, no, it's a computer program, and it's programmed by you all, and it's programmed to ignore, certain truths. Hmm. Michelle had to have liver transplant. Yeah. So, oh, was she a raging alcoholic? I don't think so. She was perfectly healthy, and then suddenly, boom, she needs a liver transplant. Like what? So you watched a video of a woman giving a talk on it, calling out big tech for cash pushing this stuff. Yeah. Well, my concern is that there's people who are imprisoned in their own bodies and they're being tormented by a voice that's allegedly AI. And the AI has been encouraging many of them to do themselves in. They're saying you're worthless. Just go do yourself in. And these people they need rest. They need peace because they can't get any rest because they're constantly being. They said one person, if you go to that decode, people talk about their personal experiences, allegedly. I mean, if it's all real or not, if it's all true or not. They're saying that they're hearing a voice saying, "Do this, do that, don't do this, say that." Like they're something barking orders at them. And they can't rest. They get no rest. Like they said, when they close their eyes don't relax and go down. Instead, their eyes stay straight ahead. And this supposedly puts pictures in their eyes. Like they call it artificial dreams. Have you heard about that? Artificial dreams? So apparently, this is because of the AI doing this. So I'm wondering what's going on here. And if they talk about it, they said they get tortured, they get zapped because this thing can zap. And there's a nanotechnology YouTube channel funded by the government. It's linked from the government website in the U.S. and an NI or something. And they talk about how they're developing nanotechnology and injections to affect the nerves of the organs. And this is exactly what these people, these alleged testimonies are saying, that they get zapped. They get zapped in their organs if they dare speak out. So it seems like this is something going on and unspoken, and very few people are hearing about it. But somehow she got some people to open up, anonymously. It's all very anonymous. People are not coming out using their names or identities. They're doing it anonymously because, like they said, they get in trouble. So I'm wondering, this does seem, like Klaus Schwab said, you put something under the skin and he can tell all your thoughts and your dreams. Say, well, it does sound like what's going on here. So let's see, is that really going on? And what's going to happen with this? What's this leading to? And are they going to turn around and turn into zombies like the CDC had on their website, the zombie apocalypse? Remember that? They took it down. I think you can still get it on Wayback Machine. Is this going to lead to like the zombies attacking, the regular people? Let's find out what's going on here. I want to look into this. I want to know what's going on. I don't hear anybody really talking about it too much. I mean, again, like for a few people talking about it, but not a lot. And this is huge. This needs to be investigated, and it's horrifying. It's like a horror movie. Besides seeing all of these died suddenly is going on. What's going on here with this situation? Harry and Meghan never took the jab, right? There's no pictures of them taking it, which I find interesting as well. All this. Oh, the emperor. Look, that just flipped out. The government. You could also look at this as the globalists. They want to rule the world, one world government, the emperor behind this. Yeah. Yeah. It's not AI, it's the government. It's the globalists. Some say it's the CIA intelligence agencies that are running the world. That's why all the governments, fell so quickly in 2020. Yeah, mind control. Yeah, the Borg mentality. Exactly. Yeah. Michelle had no dodgy history. Yeah, no, I know. She was perfectly healthy. She's constantly working. You couldn't be constantly working. I mean, some stars I know develop a drug habit or something, but at such a young age, I don't think she had that. She didn't, and even so, yeah, it's very. I think at the end she didn't want to admit to it because she took the snake bite and pushed the snake bites, and she didn't want people coming back and saying, "See, you're injured. You're injured." She didn't want. I think there was a level of she knew what it was, what caused it. In my opinion, this is just all my speculation. Anyways, but there's so many. She's not. She's far from the only one. We got teenagers falling asleep and not waking up again. And this is happening. It happened to a congressman's daughter, and everybody just keeps going on, like nothing's going on, like nothing happening here. So if people are going to ignore that, is it because they're all controlled by the AI and they're programmed? They can't speak out against it and point out the obvious. Let's see. I mean, at this point, I mean, it's undeniable, right? So let's see what's going on here. What is going on here? Let's see. And how's it going to go? Let's see what the cards show. CIA is part of the government, or is I think it's part of all the world's governments is what I'm hearing. I don't know. I mean, I'm not I'm not part of the world's leader group, but that's what I'm hearing. So let's see his general situation right now. Oh my God! Look at the first card that pops up. I always think myocarditis and pericarditis, but of course, this is mental health, pain, suffering, being physically attacked, as well as emotionally devastating horror here. I think reverse could be excess of or secretively, because a lot, like I said, these people can't speak up, right? They get tortured, so they're like secretively being tortured, and they can't talk about it openly. Yeah. Oh, the Empress. The mother. And of course, we know that people's ability to become mothers has been severely attacked. That was another depopulation. People talk about with Bill Gates, lowering the population and all that, the eugenicist, which Harry is a part of, as well as Megalodon. Page of Wands, young people. Page of Wands, of course, wands your energy. We all know Bill Gates has that patent 060606 about taking your energy and using it for a cryptocurrency within the body. And so they're saying, what I heard recently is that, the whole point of the snake bite was to force the Vax ID and, not only control people, but to force you. Ostensibly, what I'm hearing allegedly is if you're snake bitten, you have a Vax ID on you already. Your ID is encrypted with the MAC code, the MAC address, and that also the buying and selling done with the cryptocurrency within the body, the energy of the body, with the Bill Gates patent is what I'm hearing. Everything's electrical. It's all electrical. People, they're talking about this is also electricity and messages. And of course, the communications of it is a pulse in the body, this electromagnetic pulse that it sends to and from your body in order to monitor your body, right? You always hear Internet of Bodies. Uh, that's how they do it. That's how they send the messages from your body to the doctor through the electrical impulses of the body. So that is going on. That's the main force of it and how it works. It's about your energy, the energy of the messages going back and forth in and out of the body. Two-way streets, the base of it all here, Knight of Wands, moving forward aggressively with this electric system. And, the president is building all these major data centers for AI, right? I mean, they want more and more power. It's all about power. They're trying to take away our electricity and charging us more for it and ripping us off, in my opinion, with climate scam. Meanwhile, they're building these massive AI data centers. It's like, well, why the need for all these massive AI data centers and all the energy for that? What's going on? Is it for the digital twins that we're hearing about? You've heard about the digital twins that people are supposed to have. How do you have a digital twin? The electricity coming out of your body and being projected into a holographic or something. I don't know exactly how it works, but that's what I'm hearing about. All this is new to me in the past few years, so I'm still learning as I go along. I don't know how much you guys know, but it gets scarier and scarier. What I'm concerned about are the people who are being tormented and tortured and cannot speak out about it. And it's that's horrific to me. That is worse crimes, and the crimes against humanity just get worse and worse. What started all of this? Six of Swords. Again, the trickery moving forward here internationally. These people moving, these transhumanists, if you want to call them that, globalists, moving forward with their plans, their sneaky plans, quietly sneaking in and attacking people and their fertility and their food. The Empress is like fertility and food and your ability to create and grow as a human being. They're like taking that out. Yeah, destroying it. Yeah, the comments coming through. My comments aren't getting stuck. Sometimes they get stuck. Yeah, we're just checking comments there. Okay. So yeah, very scary stuff. It's all about information about what you're thinking, what your body is doing. Swords, attacking, sneakiness, strategic. This has been going on a long time. We all know the snake bites were ready for years in advance. They came from DARPA, which is a government agency. That's not medical. Suddenly they have this thing. So their expectations. Oh, look at that. Two of Swords. Yeah, the Two of Swords is interesting. It has the catechus, it has the snake around the sword there, which is the symbol for big pharma, pharmakia, some call it. And they're saying that it's the pharmacy, the pharmaceuticals, the sorcery behind it. And you see two sides meeting here. You can see this as a digital twin reference, or you can see this as people being merged with an entity over here. Now, many think that the AI, many people believe that the AI is actually a portal or a medium for demonic or satanic energies, evil energies there. Because obviously, the whole thing is evil. But this merging, you notice in this card, their heads are together. You see how their heads, and in between, it's the medical symbol, the snake around the rod, and you see this beast up here at the top coming in with this rod, this medical intervention. It's bringing these people's minds together. So you see the swirling around them, their minds, and the Internet of Bodies there. So they expect to merge everyone with the AI. They want everyone's mind on the Internet of Bodies. They want everybody's thoughts to be able to be read in your dreams. It was a creepy AF, like Yuval Harari talking about taking your dreams and everything you think and everything you do. They're going to know everything. It's the tyrant's dream. They've never been able to do it, but now they can. So this is their dream. They want to get everybody's minds on and be able to use everybody's minds. So if they decide they want to create something or do something, they can just tap into everybody's minds out there. Like if you want to build a bridge, you just tap into all the architects' brains out there and take the information from their minds. I mean, yeah. Okay, Roxy. Okay, good. I wonder if everybody is just falling asleep on me, just going away. That's okay. You be quiet. I just want to make sure that because sometimes the chats get stuck and they stop and they're not refreshing. So that's why I want to make sure it's working. Because oftentimes when I do videos like this, where I'm talking about subjects like kind of along these lines, uh, the chats don't show. Oh, and by the way, someone, I always show the chats if I'm allowed to, but I'm stopped. Like, believe it or not, even though it's my channel, when the video replays, it takes 24 hours for the chat to show up. If it's gonna show up, but oftentimes it doesn't show up, and I have no control over it. So we're all very limited with our control of what we can do with or without being snake bitten on the on the interwebs, right? So I have very little control on this platform, as I'm sure you're familiar with if you've ever had a channel on here. You know how it is. But anyways, let's see, what are they worried about or not want? Oh, temperance, healer card. They don't want people to be healed of this and to get their autonomy back and their health back, because these people's healths, their muscles are deteriorating. They get brain fog. A lot of people are getting very sick and dying. They're getting cancers. They're getting early onset dementia, ALS, Guillain-Barre, or even Bell's palsy. All kinds of neurodegenerative issues people are getting, but they don't want people, because they know there's ways to get it out of you. There's ways to heal people with this, from this. And you notice that he's stepping into, does not look like blood down there. It's like red. They know maybe there's ways to do transfusions and get it out. I don't know. It does not look like a blood clot behind him, like one of those calamari blood clots behind him. Yeah, they said is like an antenna they build in the body. It's like that's what the point of it is on nanotechnology. I heard allegedly. I don't know. I'm just hearing different things, and I just take everything with a grain of salt and see what filters out in the end. But they don't want people being able to cleanse their blood and being able to get this out of them, because I'm sure there are ways. Dr. Ardis, ARDIS, on Rumble and other places, he has some solutions to this, as well as others. And they don't want you figuring that out, because you know what? They have the ways to protect themselves. So there are definitely ways, I believe, even I don't know for sure, but I believe that there are ways to get this out, or at least dismantle it. And ivermectin's another one you hear about. So there's different things you hear about that there's ways to stop it, to break it down. And they don't want people realizing that. Temperance, they don't want people getting their health back and dismantling it, or just stopping it, because they want everybody's minds on that system. They want everybody's minds in their digital twin, and they can hold on to it and do what they want with it and program it. So what are they hoping for? Oh, Two of Swords reversed. Yeah, so the Two of Swords, this is like your unconscious. We're blocked from seeing, or we can't perceive our unconscious, really, not directly. It's a mystery. Our brain, we only use 10% of our brain, right? There's so much in our minds that even we're unaware of, and this is sort of blocked here. This is like you can't see any further into this, sort of. So this could also be a card of secrets, and it's kind of like our unconscious is a secret from us as well, and cracking into our unconscious, into our minds. They want to do that, so that's why I get reversed. I take it as they want to get in there. They want to get control of the whole mind and utilize that information and use it as a resource for themselves. Use it as a way of just completely controlling someone. It's like getting in there, getting into the whole mind. And they're trying to do it secretively, right? They don't want to talk about it. Like they said, anybody talks about it, they get tortured. And, not long ago, I was mentioning to someone right before I lost my last channel, I had brought up how there were news articles mentioning these, mental disorders like psychosis that were occurring to the snake bitten, and I got a strike for that. And soon after, I proved with the news articles. I'm like, this isn't the mainstream media, and but apparently, it's some believe this is just it's not the usual type of schizophrenia or um, bipolar. This is actually caused by by the snake bites. So that's why they're very sensitive. They don't want this people talking about it coming out. It seems trying to keep it very hidden. So who or what is affecting them? Oh my, there it is. The devil reverse again, secretively or in excess of. Yeah, so they want to put people in bondage. And like I said, many people believe there's a demonic, satanic influence here. And in within these realms, because someone referred to the black goo. By the way, that Billie Eilish, that Meghan Markle made a video about on her Instagram, getting the um, concert gear for Billie Eilish. Billie Eilish has a lot of references to the snake bites and to black goo and being possessed. I mean, watch her video, Birds of a Feather, and the other one is Bury a Friend. Watch those two videos, Birds of a Feather and Bury a Friend, and look at all the demonic, I mean, the whole thing. And she basically puts it out in imagery, what I'm saying, like what's happening. Because Hollywood and the globalists and the Satanists, they have to tell you what they're going to do, and they very often do it through pop music, and of course, media shows like The Simpsons. They have to tell us what they're going to do, and her videos quite clearly tell us what's been done. And you've got the devil here influencing this whole operation, major arcana. So, as a major arcana influencing it, I mean, this is all coming from satanic, Masonic, globalist, structures and infrastructure. And they're basically possessing everybody, it looks like. They want to possess everyone. And they want to, allegedly, I mean, they want to, from what I hear, possess everyone with a demon so that all these demons are now in human bodies here. And it's basically if they control someone, and there's a lot of violence that's been erupted. Yeah, and the electrical impulse now that Sarah Israel say that the electric signal is from, how the devil is always referred to as a bolt of lightning, right? That's she's saying that pulse, that electric signal is part of that. That's part of the symbol and representation and energy of how the devil can gets into our world. Yeah. So what's going to happen next? Ooh, look at that Judgment Day coming. Oh, big time. Things getting biblical over here. Yeah. So I definitely see judgment. And of course, you see in Judgment card, you have people coming out of the grave. So you can look at this as like an excess death of people who are being taken out, like Michelle Trachtenberg and many others who are moving on and going to. But also, I take this as judgment. As is, you can look at this as on Earth or after in the afterlife. There's definitely Judgment Day coming. Many believe that we are in end times, yeah, I don't know. But let's see. In the long term, what am I getting? Oh, Seven of Wands, defeating it, rising above it. So there are going to be people who are going to defeat this. I don't believe it's going to succeed the way that the globalists are hoping it to. The globalists are trying to take over everybody, but there's too many people fighting back against it and figuring out how to cure themselves of it and resisting this assimilation, if you will, this bioconvergence. Yeah, so I think that is going to be constantly beating them. They're going to have to be all taken out of power, and we're going to have some judgments. We're going to have some justice here and judgment. Yeah, because there's too many deaths, and yeah, everybody knows, no matter what's censored out of wherever, that doesn't stop from people from knowing what's really going on, and we do. Yeah, censorship, it doesn't stop people from knowing. They'll find out. Absolutely. Can't stop the truth from coming out. I just stand. Yeah, so I'm just wrapping up here. What do you say, Billy E? Interesting about Billy E. I didn't know that. Yeah, the videos are on YouTube. You can go look at them, watch them. They're literally about being possessed. And she even says in the song "Bury a Friend," a lyric in the song is I sold my soul. She says in the video. I mean, and she her eyes turn black like black goo, and she's spinning around. I mean, they're so demonic. The imagery, you can't miss it, and it's right in your face. And this is who Meghan Markle is all excited about getting her stuff, right? I mean, they're all satanic. We all know Harry, Meghan, globalists, royals. Yeah, it's all very evil, and they're all behind it. They're all trying to do this to people. Yeah, it's really sad, sick, sad. But it's going on though. I'm getting that it is going on here, and it is causing a lot of mental turmoil and torture, and it is very evil. And that's but things are not. Things gonna be turning around though. Things are turning around, I believe, with these cards. Yeah, because they're trying to the judgment upright. They're trying to get people into the clouds, basically, right? And this is saying no, it's not happening. That people are not going into the AI system. That they're not going to load up into the digital twin in the AI. They're coming back down and they're fighting back against it. So I don't see this succeeding as they intended. Because nobody's taking it anymore. People are like, no, thank you. And every time they keep trying to come up with a new scariant, people are ignoring it because people can see through it. They can see the psyop through it now. So the good news is I don't see it succeeding. And I think there are ways of getting it out and dismantling it. Yeah. You're not going to hear about them on YouTube, I tell you what. News is very slow to come through on this platform. But yeah, so there you have it. That is what I see. So yeah, let me know if you've heard anything about this or any testimonies. I think it is fascinating. I'd like to know more. It's very difficult to find anything, I guess, because they can't talk about it. But I would love to know more and delve into the topic more if I can. Anyways, there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.